Because when you're being sexually abused as a child, you don't even have the words to express what's going on. You don't have the emotions, you don't have as a child, you don't know the words of what you're feeling. And so what happens is it gets dealt with. And what happens as you grow up, though, with those feelings still inside of you, with no words, with no voice. So I'm going to show you some words that I think have meaning to you now. And if you could, when you see those words, just sort of talk about the first thing that comes to mind. So my random choice, I'm just going to go with abandoned. Abandoned.
That would be me.
Okay.
I chose that because when I told about the abuse, I wasn't believed. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I felt and still feel today surrounding my abuse. My initial abuse was from the ages of 7 to 9, and that was my adopted uncle. It led to group rapes, introduction to the sex industry.
What's the voice that you hear? What voice do you want people to listen to?
I want people to hear the truth.
Okay.
I want them to know that kids don't normally lie about this stuff. They don't lie, and that they need to be listened to and cared for and held to walk through this so that they're not alone. My earliest memory is around age 4, and it was with my uncle.
Confusion. Does it resonate for anyone else? Confusion.
That would be me.
Okay.
I was confused because it was my stepfather that abused me, and I didn't have a father before that, so I thought that's what fathers did. I lived in confusion until I was 45 because I kept a secret.
So you didn't tell anyone?
I didn't tell anybody.
My abuse started when I was 8 and ended when I was 13. That was sexual abuse by my stepfather.
I wouldn't recommend waiting 33 years for getting help, coming to therapy or any sort of counseling. What I've realized through this process is that I needed to heal. There were deep feelings, misthinking that had to be addressed, and I wished that I would have had that opportunity when I was younger. I was 7, my brother was 8, my sister was 10, and my oldest brother was 13. A stranger in the community molested 3 out of the 4 siblings.
My entire life was lived in fear of rejection, fear of upsetting somebody because they might hurt me, to the fear that I wouldn't be a very good mom.
And so your original fear of your abusers turns into fear of all boys, turns into fear of all men, turns into fear of all people. It becomes fearful of everyone and everything, and takes over your life.
The abuse started when I was 3, went till I was 4, and it was our babysitter's children.
You've made amazing progress in this group process that's going to be important for you to hold the feather in closing as well. And just to talk for a minute about what healing's been like for you.
I am so amazed who I was just a few months ago to who I am now. And it's because of this program, and it's because of you, and because of all you ladies. And the truth is, I don't have to let the abuse run my life anymore.
I put this little saying out that I just want peace with myself, and I could never get peace with myself until I took this class. And it was a very difficult journey, and you know, I came out through it, and now I just feel totally transformed.
I wanted to be able to share my story without getting significant emotions and falling apart, but just kind of to feel empowered. Like this is a part of my past.
When I did my intake with Deanne, she told me that I would walk into a room and we would all be strangers, but that we would walk out of the room as soulmates. And I feel that to be true. I've never felt so safe and understood.
Think of truth. that the truth had been told, and can have my voice.
I learn from these survivors. It's my time to remain silent and to give them voice.